a while. I done a piece about 10 minutes, but it was actually just recorded on the phone and it didn't save properly. But yeah, I went to court on the 1st of October. I done my last video. 2 hours after that, I called a lawyer. I was really pissed off, really angry about what happened, transpired in the court. I threatened to even do his window in as well. I know I shouldn't have, but yeah, I was just so angry, but I didn't anyway. Anyway, we spoke the next day. Said, oh, don't worry, I'm going to get all the evidence you requested for. I'm going to get everything you asked for. I'm working for you. I really am. I mean, okay, tone may be slightly changed, but the point being that, I mean, I've said this to like 10 previous lawyers, and it's always like, what's going on here? What's really going on? Being ignored. Protocol, which is simple. I'm not even met. You know, and this is what's going on. But anyway, he tells me there will be another date for the call. They're going to contact him, but I didn't want him in the first place. As I said in the video, it was like the situation was forced for him to be back on there. But either way, from how he's talking quite differently from what I first saw the previous time. I've seen him for 3.5 months, nearly now, and I've had the video evidence, which I've been waiting 2 years for nearly now. Every lawyer took time to get it. It's my evidence. He should have had it by now. So this is what I'm saying. You know, I got complaints and issues to different monitoring boards regarding the conditions which I was kept in an active investigation in prison and unlawfully sectioned 3 times to go on seeking to be evaluated because I refused to speak to psychiatrists. Why? My crime was not sexual. My crime was not against vulnerable people. I didn't just go up and just hit some random person. And this is what they do, even from the first time that they tried it, because I smeared poo on the police cells. Not with my hand, obviously. I had it in a shirt, and then I wrote racist with it. That was the first time 3.5 years ago. That was a protest, a silent protest. I wasn't sitting there eating poo like they do, or even sexing poo and going to the anus. These people are sick in the head. Anyway, I went to the court now. Finished there. They told me 15 minutes after the 9 o'clock that the case was finished. How can the case be finished? I was downstairs getting searched. 9 o'clock is what the time the court starts. Obviously, they couldn't want to face me. They didn't want to face me because they know how I speak. I promise you guys, you public members, when I speak to you guys or what I say on my videos, I say it inside court. Obviously, with tempered language, most of the time, but as I am. But I say it to them. I remind them of their brutal, wicked past and what they're still trying to do because it is relevant. Just like anybody's motive operandi is relevant by us looking at the past. You know, and this is what's going on. The point being, okay, yes, the justice system, most of them did not partake in slavery or transatlantic slavery per se now, but they are still reaping the benefits of those ills, the wickedness. I mean, like many companies have been around for hundreds of years, 400 years even, 300 years even. And, you know, so these are the people who reap the benefits from this. You know, so what are we saying here? But yeah, it carries on in terms of, oh, it's not us, God, oh, we ain't doing nothing wrong. Anybody who subscribes to this meaning, to this form of behavior, is an enslaver. It's a fact, it's simple. But anyway, this is it now, still recording. But most of you don't want to stand up, I guess, because you are in knowledge of what will happen to you. Things that happen to me will happen to you. You'll be systematically bullied by the police. You go to the bank, your money will be cancelled. Yeah, it will be reinstated, but they'll just waste your time for 4 weeks. Before they do it, you go to somewhere like a library, all of a sudden you haven't caused any fracas, you haven't done anything wrong, you're behaving yourself, sitting in the corner like a nice little child, or yet they come to you, they bully you, they tell you you can't use it anymore, just like the Apple store. You know, you charge a phone outside where the public uses the charge point for their electric scooters and stuff like that, and yet it's because you use it. And yeah, they come and switch it off for the rest of the public. This is what's going on in the train station. You've seen the videos if you haven't, check it out. I mean, so the system here is that it's totally ignoring. You know, I go to court, I've written them letters, I've given them my email addresses, I've given them my phone numbers as well, and they've never once used it. From 3 years, 3 months ago, they prosecuted me. One case was done in my absence, even in the same high court, that I smeared honey and hot pepper sauce and toothpaste all over the other day on the 1st of October, you know, there, and they didn't even arrest me. Police officers came, there was an attendant, they wouldn't arrest me. I'm not going to hit anybody, that's not my style. It'll just be much more worse and I'll lose in terms of losing my energy and power, you know, so I get them emotionally, you know, I penetrate their mind without even touching them, and yet this pisses them off so much, you know, they really want to combust from within, and this is what drives them and compels them with their wickedness. Obviously, from even before that, because they're the one who actually approached, and I'm just, repelling or trying to repel their unwanted advances. I'm just like a crazy psycho woman or psycho husband, where the relationship is broken up and they keep coming back, and that's how they come as a homogenous group. So I cannot say the uniform. Yeah, yes, obviously, like you have good people within the police officer system. I mean, you have good people in Satan's house. Please give it a rest, mate. You know what I mean? Not everybody within that system is corrupt or, sad. Because why? Because even they need these happy faces, these smiling faces, these good people who are only working on a need-to-know basis. And when, and by the time they know it's too late, so to speak, it takes about 10, 15 years to drag it out of them or whatever in terms of indoctrination and see how far they are falling into being groomed by the police force. But basically, they do need the friendly faces. The one that comes to your house. Oh, hello, Mr. Mbekwe. Oh, hello, Mr. Mbekwe. Oh, your son was very bad. He was naughty. You really sorry, but that's, and these ones just need to know, because if they knew what the other ones was doing, the real task force will come and kick your head in, squeeze your bollocks, kick you in the fucking head for no reason when it's 10 of them. I mean, they really bash your head on the ground. I've been through this, put the handcuffs so tight, your hand so, your wrist are numb, swear at you, and really bang your head on the floor. And this is the other side of it that they don't see. So this is why I know they need good people, and that's why good people will exist and bad people exist in all forms, everywhere, in all locations. But what we're talking about now is a ratio of good to bad or bad to good. That's the point. There's 70% wicked in them, if I was to give it a number. Really, really, really vile, disgusting people. And these wicked people are usually those in a position of influence. Haven't you seen it when you go and see matrons, the head always got this scowling looking, whoa, yeah, how are you? Yeah, mate, don't talk like that if you're going to talk at all. You know what I mean? And these are the kind of people that the system always put in a position of influence, not really friendly people who mean it, who are emotionally friendly, who really want to care and help you, and really solve your situation and solve your problem. So, and this is it, what's going on. The system is working as it was designed to. So the 1% or the 1.5% supported by another 28% or whatever, just prop them up, just working as servants, and the rest of us just serve them as servants. It's simply what it is. Just like a colony of bees or ants. There is no queen bee here. Yes, it's a similar structure, but it has to be a matrix system where we all pull our weight. Some people cannot pull their weight physically. Of course, we understand that, and those people are made allowances for. That's another issue. So I'm trying to digress from it. We must all pull our weight. Only just do. It's not easy. Nothing is easy in life, but it becomes easy. That is the point of it. Anyway, it's still here fighting the system. And for anybody who has issues, because I'm telling you, my issues are nothing compared to when I see people getting blown up in Syria, getting blown up in Iraq, getting blown up in Afghanistan. Afghanistan's been fighting for 17, 18 years now, fighting 51, 52 different nations. Okay, this was been going on for what? For what? This was people trying to impose their will upon them. Precisely what's happening to me is what's happening on an international scale. Okay, Iraq, they're decimating the place. Like women are still having deformed kids, children, and probably will for the next maybe 200, 300 years. Who knows that? And then now Syria just been wrecked to pieces. But obviously these are all like things that must happen and should happen. And as it's happening, then that is reality of what it is. But it doesn't mean we must stop speaking against it. Yes, we all know, and we all keep quiet. Yeah, because individually, really, a lot of us are fascists within us. Maybe because of a family member who we don't like. So then any vibrations of a person that we see that maybe similarly to that family member who we don't like, because that's where fascism starts generally, then we don't, then we hate those people. Be it racial, be it creed, be it because of just their smile. When people hate you just for a smile. Why? Because you look like you're confident, you like you're comfortable, you like you're okay, like you don't need any existential things to help you in terms of your mind state. I never hate you, they will kill you for that. Simply, that's what I'm going through. That's what I've been going through my whole life. Honestly, I ain't even heard nothing yet. I've tried to help many times my whole life. Okay, but let's just keep it moving that way anyway. Yeah, the Babylon system here. Keep fighting it. Don't give up. My problems are nothing. I just gave you the examples I did. And then imagine as a parent, you go to a hospital with your child probably got a flu or minor asthma attack, and then they give him the wrong injection because the nurses or the doctors didn't read his charts properly to find out his medical history, and the child dies. And then you go to afspraak. Afspraak is when you go for court hearing with the justice, and then you go to the justice, and then they tell you no, the hospital is not culpable, even though they made mistakes, but they're learning lessons. How many times have they said that? It happens 5,000 times a year in the UK. Okay, it's quite smaller, but we can work it out, the ratio. And this is what's going on. I mean, like many people have many bigger problems. I have two emotions for myself: happiness or anger. The third one, the empathy, the sympathy, goes to other people. I cannot sympathize with myself. I do not sympathize with myself. Okay, so therefore the happiness level tries to be much more higher than the, than the anger or the sad. There is no sadness like that because you see what it is for life. Hello there, young Sanders. This is Sanders. Showed you briefly. I met him like about 7 weeks now. He was a frustrated guy. He kicked me and ran away. He's a nice man though, but he just disturbed. It's precisely what I was telling you guys before he came here. But if he was to speak to this guy, you see how intelligent it is, but yet the system keeps him down. They don't want to help anybody, especially when you try to speak the truth against them. Even if you're a jokey person, you're a laughing person, they try to make you aggressive, But one day I'm going to interview Mr. Sanders in his natural state. He's a very funny man. But anyway, I'm signing off now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. To everybody trying to be good, stay strong. And to those doing bad, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send the spirits of the unseen to hold them by the evil forelock. Ameen.